Good game, get wrecked. There is no friendship with mono red. It's the farewell tour, and I'm not even running farewell anymore. Hello, welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. There was a copy of farewell in this deck. I think you might see it in one of the games. Well, we got that out of here because best of one is a screwed up format for screwed up people, and I am one of them. And soon it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. I've seen Bloomborough. I've seen the future, and I'll tell you, in my blue-white mage opinion, and when I say it's going to get worse, I mean it's going to get worse for me. You red players, you cute fuzzy animals, you creature fanatics, you're going to be fine. You'll be okay. But control players like me, we're losing. We're losing a lot. And I don't see the replacements. I don't think they're there. Memory Deluge, I wish you had rotated last year, along with you, Wandering Emperor. You guys should have been gone. Should have been gone! Oh, last year when rotation was canceled, should have been gone. But they're not. They stayed another year. And you know, as much as I wish they had gone, I'm glad they were here to at least get me through this last standard. We'll just call it what it is. It was a lot of But now they're going away. So this is their last ride. I'm going to play blue-white control with proper take over the game card advantage spells. I'm going to play blue-white control with a win con out of nowhere. I'm going to play blue-white control with removal that scales and can hit all kinds of things. I'm going to play blue-white with Sunset Revelry, a card I don't even like. It's just what we have to do to not die to mono red. Deserted Beach. You're going in all my commander decks, but I will miss you in standard. So yeah, we're going to play blue-white control with some of the best cards before they rotate. Bloomborough. The list is out now. Looked it over many times. Control. What we know of control will have to be rebuilt. And yes, the other side, the aggro mages are laughing at us. They're looking, they're poking, and the wannabe believers are going to be like, well, you still have Lockdown, CGB, you still have Sunfall. Don't talk about control like it's dead. It's dead. Sweepers haven't been good in control in some time. They're just desperation measures to hang on to our past success. It's dead. What control will be after Bloomborough will be a very different thing. This take them to the long game, drag them to deep water, make a lot of decisions, hang on to your life total by a thread, you know, that's gone. That's over. So what control will be? Very different. And what it won't be again, Wandering Emperor, Memory Deluge control, well, we're going to celebrate it just a little bit more with some games today. So let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. The banner. CoolStuffInc.com, promo code CGB5. Ultimate Guard, the only protection products for the one and best of one. Please check out the sponsors of this video with the links in the description. And now we'll dive in and let the nonsense begin. On the draw, this hand is slow and does basically nothing, so we keep it because we're blue-white control and you can't mulligan. Going down cards is kind of a death sentence. What is this? I don't know. They have 6 cards. All right. No point to a revelry there. Tempest Heart. Oh, graveyard combo. Okay. Portal of Phyrexia. Yep. Squirming Emergence. That deck. We need our flankers. This is what our flankers are for. I'm not worried about them reanimating like an Atroxa or something next turn. Maybe I should be. If their hand is just that nuts, you know, go for it. We don't have a flanker yet. We're going to have to dig for it. They play a 3/4 trample. Hello. I'm glad you got the memo that it was your day to come to the office. What do you think? Do we care about Sunset Revelry? Not 2 of them, that's for sure. That was not a difficult choice. We take it. We take it and we hold. Stare them down. They might just pass. Okay. See, why do we need Jace to mill our opponents when they mill themselves for us? Right? We'll go for the Emperor. Stabilize the battlefield.
I'm not overconfident.
Get this elemental elk out of our business. I don't think I would have done that. I think I would have just memory deluged if this had a +1/+1 counter on it.
This is what you get for hurting my people.
Good spot. Yep, it's a good spot. Who knows? I might use a Field of Ruin here. I don't think it'll cost me to have up Murex in field. They should respond with the otherworldly gaze, right? If they do that, I don't get the card. If they prankster, I do, but they still might play the gaze. Oh, they whiff. Okay, never mind. They're good. I'll take a whiff, though. That doesn't make me sad. And we just want the flanker to hang out for the perfect opportunity. They bin all of it. Was that 7 lands in a row? Well, I don't get to complain about the top of my library anymore today. Opponent has won the complaint equity battle. Prankster can apply pressure to an Emperor. Double Prankster can do twice as good a job. So they have 1 white source and it's the headquarters. They're getting close to hard casting an Atraxa, which I don't have a counterspell for. But I think we'll play Memory Deluge first. No more lies out of them would be pretty funny. A Make Disappear wouldn't shock me. Bitter Triumph discarding another portal. Sure. Definitely don't need another coast. Don't need a Sunfall here. As annoying as these pranksters are, they're not that threatening. Okay, bye. Forgive me for thinking about plays. We take those. Ah, blue-white. It's good to be back. Choctron. Keeps. We're on the play. We go counter, counter, Memory Deluge. This is the hand that they fear, but they hit the Cavern of Souls. Okay. Hard mode. Let's go. Gleeful Demolition, anyone? Uncounterable. Beautiful. Love that for you. Any more plays? Could counter that with the March on the token, but we gotta use the No More Lies now that we're in this position. Speaking of, do we set up for 3 steps? Let's have 3 steps available. Could also have gone tap land Sunset there, but this is why. Three cards in hand? Yes. To Sunset or to have a March? If we March the Warden, the opponent needs an untapped land to play a Knight, and then they're only playing it for 1. If we Sunset here, we gain the life, we make 2 creatures, but I think we can do better with a future Sunset. Or we could hold this, because it does counter a Gleeful Demolition. That's a tough choice. That's a very tough choice. Do we play around the first Knight Errant or the second Gleeful Demolition? I think we can let the opponent invest more in this Warden and then take it out. We know what we want to do next turn. It's play these 4-drops. So, them having Gleeful here would be very good for us. Epicur. Uh-huh. Scry goes bottom. It's a block. We want very much to stay alive. What does this open mana tell us? They don't have Knight or they would have played it. They don't have Recruiter. Or do they? Maybe they're holding Recruiter now to make Knights. Quite possible. Let's chill. Reinforcements. I guess they're playing around a sweeper. Let's see if they have an amplifier. Is this a recruiter? They have their 5th land. And there's a recruiter. Okay. We're at 20. This is gonna sting. Opponent's gonna buff the Warden. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of choices. Wandering Emperor with a counter on this kills the recruiter, stays alive, and we take 9? 11. Ugh. But then we still have this. We untap. We minus. We kill another thing. That's pretty good. We could also trade this, trade that. But I think having a board presence is going to be important.
Feel the energy of battle, then guide it like water. I have got new moves to
Yeah, just having a creature on board is like basically defeating a future creature. Three steps. So slice and dice. Hold.
You're done.
Drawing lands would be useful. Our opponent's better at that than we are at this point. But I'm going to keep trying to let them invest in this Warden just to kill it. See what they do here. There's the demolition. There's the demolition. So March at this point is supposed to deal with this Warden, which means we have to counter this demolition. Or we could let this happen. If the opponent also has a recruiter or an amplifier, we're in big trouble. But if it's just 1/1s, we're okay. We have a 2/2 and we're gonna make more. That's kind of a tough call. Are you telling me they drew a knight? And they didn't use Cavern. They thought they were in the clear. They top decked that, but they didn't use Cavern. Sorry. I think keeping the 1 on the board is better than having to pay the 4 to cast the new one. Ooh, nice. All right. Give me a samurai. I think I want to play the Sunset Revelry. If they play a recruiter here, how much do I take? 1, 2, 3. Nope, block 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So recruiter off the top doesn't do it. Let's deluge and hit our land drop because this is getting stupid. They scoop? I mean, I guess they're not willing to launch an attack on the Emperor to get it off the field there and give up 2 1/1s. Maybe they're just tilted because I countered their knight when they had a cavern on the board. Yeah. Let's do this. The Sunset Revelries are really just like... The meta is so red that this is the call, and they don't even always bring you the victory. Looks like we get Boros again. Nothing like same deck twice in a row syndrome. Let's see how good this start is. No demolition. Mediocre Boros player. Easy cavern every time. So, can't counter it. Not a great hit. So what do we do? What's going to be the real problem? This or this? A 4/4 is just a 4/4. We can block it. But this? Especially if we drop 2 map tokens on the field. Ugh. Guys, where is my Sunfall? They've got another Warden on top. Do they want it? I cared enough to kill it before. If I were them, you might keep that and use the blood token to get it and play it now. Boros isn't going anywhere with rotation. It's gonna keep doing this. Not much we can say about that. Can't be countered. Even holding the Novice Inspector. No more lies. I think you can go. Although we have too much land, right? That's the bigger deal. No more lies still might have a part to play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we hold and try to deluge into Sunfall, a card we haven't been able to draw. There's only 4 copies. Come on now. The opponent wants to demolition. Is that last card a recruiter? Would they do this if it weren't? I guess they think they're playing around No More Lies. If they have the recruiter here and I lose, I was never meant to win this game. Like, it's been a train wreck already. So I guess they don't have it. You gotta gamble. Like, our whole hand here is gambling that we hit a Sunfall. Pretty weird play from an opponent who should be suspecting a board wipe now. Why else would I still be here? They want to play around Wandering Emperor that badly by giving this vigilance. But they're still short. See? No, they're not. Look at how smart they are. Okay, never mind. They got this. They're good. I did not think that they'd bail out on all that damage to hit me for 4 and put me in a spot where I have to sweep the board or bust. But if I do sweep the board, they're bust. Come on, man. Come on, man. Can we live? Do we have a path to being alive? Unlikely. Very, very unlikely. But block here, block here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If they have no way to amplify, we might get out of this turn because they played last turn so conservatively. We might punish them for their own carefulness. And you know what? I'm here for it. They tapped their cavern. What if they just drew a recruiter? Okay. There, and why not there? Am I alive? I'm probably just dead to something off the top, like a recruiter. I bet they have the recruiter and they didn't cast it, and now that's going to be why they win. But we'll find out. I mean, I don't have another play. Knew it. Jesus. Oh, I can't win with these people. Makes me so salty. We have 6 sweepers in the deck. 1 is a farewell. 5 are cheaper, are Sunfall and temporary lockdown. We had to only have the farewell in the top 20 cards of our deck.
Hello, welcome one and all to CGB's Yorian Emporium and Magic Sensei Cabana Dojo. I am your host, the one and only CovertGoBlue. Folks, have you ever experienced the heartbreak of a bent card? The agony of a spilled drink at F&M ruining your prized deck? We've all been there, haven't we? Well, fear not! The Ultimate in Card Protection is now a proud partner of the dojo. Introducing Ultimate Guard. Ultimate Guard sleeves and deck boxes aren't just insurance for your cards, they're protection for your soul. You'll have to sleeve it to believe it. Behold, black Cortex sleeves from Ultimate Guard. Precise inner sleeves from Ultimate Guard. We have a Mock Sapphire, conservatively priced at $5,000.
3, 2, 1.
Why?
Whether you're a casual kitchen table conjurer or a grandmaster mage, deck protection is essential for absolutely everybody. And CGB's Yorian Emporium, we don't just sell gear, we sell victories. And Ultimate Guard will defend your victory to the very end. Wow, I can't believe that it has this much water, but isn't it impressive how much water a Mox can take? So come on down for the ultimate in card protection and tell them CovertGoBlue sent you for a deal so good, it's almost magic. And remember, with Ultimate Guard, you have to sleeve it to believe it.
Yep. Cheap cards. Posing cheap cards. Our opponent will definitely play blue-white control. There's no way they don't play blue-white control if we get a hand like this. Or Esper? Question mark? Okay, we hold. Discard? I think not. This is like discarding something anyway, but now they don't get the 1/1, and they don't have anything in their graveyard. Value-based black-white deck is scary. It's definitely scary. Blinkies. But they need something to blink. What's the saddle on this? 1. Nice. Do we need this land? I'm gonna get rid of Lockdown because this is the kind of deck that might even play Lockdown itself, planning to exile their own little creatures and then remove the Lockdown with a Braids, something like that. Assemble the players. No. Let's not do that. Let's assemble 0 players. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, surveil 1. Pixie. What does it want to bounce? The Gorehound? I mean, I'll let him make a choice. They get a surveil here. Let them make all the choices, then we're gonna get lost to fortune. Celestis is fun. Ah, there's a sunfall. We're at 22. We don't gain the life, but we draw a card. But maybe we just hold. Take our Celestis trigger. I think that's better than the Revelry at this point. Let them deploy a bunch more little things and then sunfall the crap out of them. I'm actually going after this. We have to win a value game against them. That's going to be difficult. I'll keep this lockdown now that I've seen just how cheap everything is. Maybe I can play a lockdown and defend it. All right, tapped land in hand. Another trigger. Ooh. Yeah, we need that. Maybe I give up the sunfall? Yeah. Hurts. But let's keep chilling. Everything keeps kind of changing. But I'm okay with that. We're not taking that much damage. We're gaining a ton of life. They need to put more pressure on me. But we need to stack value. Getting the memories going. That's how we ensure we stay ahead and can deal with whatever they throw at us. These map tokens aren't going to matter too much in the scheme of things. Go for the throat against a creatureless deck. Is this a tough choice? There you go. Memory. Don't think No More Lies is gonna work out for us, but Sunset will. Do we want to try a double spell here? Don't think so. I'll just go for locking this up. If they remove the lockdown, it's just a surveil. That's all that they get as far as like ETB value there. They're gonna mill themselves. Ha ha. But they hit. Something that was already there. The fortune. Okay. We won't leave it there next time. We'll exile it. Let's see if they keep their scry this time. They're looking around. They do leave one on top, so that is a good reason to use a Field of Ruin here. Make them shuffle. I'll miss getting the most out of my Field of Ruin. I feel it's one of the things I'm actually pretty good at. Delny. Okay. But this doesn't create value. Let it be. Let it be. This is a good opportunity for a flashback. Sunfall Memory. Time to start hitting them with the heavy hitters. Winddrinker Vampire. When a creature with 2 or less enters the battlefield, lose 1, gain 1. Okay. That's a card. What? Look at this hand. I don't know. They might have graveyard shenanigans, but the Wandering Emperor is generally the better card. We'll take it. Actually, we'll do this. To transform our Celestis. Keep the day-night cycle going. Opponent is beaten. Now it's just a matter of time. Holy cow. Yeah. Alright, they know it. A little blinky value deck that drew way too many lands down the stretch, but part of that's denying them value, countering Spirited Companion, stuff like that. Real Avatar. Somebody's a lawyer in real life. Keep. Black Lotus Pet. Classic. Can't wait to see what they throw at me. Is it a new deck? Hey, maybe they have to be back in court soon. Just get rid of this now. Card's a little too good. Okay, just do what you were gonna do anyway. Got it. Now what? I mean, I'll take it. Not too worried. Okay, that's fun. Gotta counter the show off when that happens. Sunset Revelry might matter if we can slow them down enough and keep the sky clear. No. Yes. Pass. We got no more lies. It might get outmoded soon if they draw more lands. But what is their hand? What? If you want to give up, just give up. I'll be right here. This is fine. Celestis, you may concede now. Uh-huh. Peak mono red experience happening here. I mean, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to hold. I could play the flanker there, but let them shoot themselves in the face. I can do this all day. If they want to screw around because they want to be on YouTube or something. They think they're funny? Dude, this is my watch time. This is content. This is peak mono red experience. Yeah, I'm not playing anything. I'm not giving them any targets. I'm giving them zero satisfaction. I will watch them draw and miscast and flounder with every card in their deck and kill them at my leisure. Like, what is this? Why are you this way? Yeah, they got it all figured out, don't they? Start. You know what? I'm just gonna stack cards to the ceiling. That's what I'm gonna do. No apologies. Uh-huh. Yeah, good stuff. Oh no. Gotta use them while we got them. Or land away from taking those off the menu. Uh-huh. Another one. Wow. Brilliant. No attacks. I don't know what to tell you guys. Our opponent's on another level.
I am the Emperor from Goa, and remember your training.
Don't need you. I hope everybody gets a "Did you have fun?" survey after this one. That's why we let all that resolve, by the way.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Keeping all the numbers on our Planeswalker nice and high. Make it difficult for the opponent to hasty beat it down. Not that it matters in this game. Our opponent is clearly just too busy being an absolute doofus. I guess I don't need Revelry anymore. We're winning too hard. Because that's apparently a thing we do here.
Remember your training.
Try to get this all the way out of range. I could have just kept the lockdown if I really wanted to achieve that, but I just can't turn down value. Dude, okay. These are Magic plays. No, go hard. What you got? Oh no, not a Swift Spear. Anything but a Swift Spear. All right, fine. I'll counter something. Typical mono red player, to be real.
Going to go how you think.
They're so bored of playing this deck. This is how they play it now, just to experience something different than the same crap every day for the last 3 years. Sure. Why not? That player got to platinum, guys. Liliana Avatar. Do people play black in this meta? I still think black is one of the more fun colors to play. You can play it in a combination of almost, like, actually with everything. Like, you can black plus every other color and have a pretty cool deck that will be, you know, just below 50% against mono red, but good against everything else in the meta. Unfortunately, mono red is almost completely unbeatable on a statistical basis over a long enough timeline, just because they've got the right mix of cards, and this is one of the best. Look at him playing around, no more lies. Like, what a pro, right? Yep. All the tricks. I don't think this is going to work. To be clear, I just want to be mana efficient and gain life where I can. And drawing a lightning strike there after they've used 2 shocks was pretty good too. Give me that march. Like, that took a lot of the sting out of that turn. Now we have lies and march or an emperor. This is where going first is a big deal. Code breaker. Let's hit it with the lies. Hang on to the emperor. Get their board nice and clean. Want to rage? They do not want to rage. That's fine. I love the flying text when a Kamano goes away. You can kind of see the text spinning off into the distance. So good lockdown, but not enough targets here. The Wandering Emperor is a removal spell and a life gain source. We've got to be careful with it. Where do you scry? The top. Doesn't mean much. Mono red players, in my experience, scry any non-land spell to the top. Okay, now lockdown is looking okay. But I think we have to keep our life total high.
Run away. You'll be safer. You are not much of a roadblock.
So we could also try to like make samurai and lead them into something, but I like trying to keep this emperor around and make them use resources to get rid of it. Because we're still at a high enough life total that they can't just let this thing chill. Okay. That is really not what I had in mind, and is bothersome for sure. That makes this very awkward.
I guess that's it then.
Do we wait a turn so that our emperor might live? No. Too risky.
I'm home. This is what you get for hurting my people.
That was a really good squee. We need them to not draw another 3-drop in succession. Okay, a 2-drop. Excellent. Okay, that's gonna sting, but it's fine. Our Wandering Emperor soaks up a lot of damage.
I guess that's that.
Imagine being a red player and saying nice and using emotes. You sure your brain can handle that load? That's cool. Let's see if they play this spell in response. If they held that land and gave me the free card, they're the fool. And I think they held a land. I guess it could be Ancestral Anger. Yeah, we'll keep that on top. Handles so many of their threats, including that one. It is an Anger. Okay. Well, it happens. Let's take 5. Seven health is not much, but I still think I'm supposed to be trying to end the game with this anchorage instead of holding it back for blocking and also digging through my deck. I mean, they're just straight up top decking. I'm digging into my library. Surely I can find something here. Okay. Now we should think. Attacking with both is definitely a 2-turn clock, but if I put them at 7, I just need 1 map token to hit a spell to have lethal next turn. So I think we take that gamble and hold up blocking with Anchorage or casting March of Otherworldly Light. So let's see, do we get the counter? We do. I will bin that. Uh-huh. 4 health, what you got? Yep, that's a show off. No attack. I don't think they have anything up their sleeve then. Good game. Get wrecked. There is no friendship with Mono Red. And we are back. Post-game wraps. And let's talk. Let's talk about the last few days. So since I came back from vacation, we tried something different. We got the book, and I'll update it here for you. Days working out. Success up to 7 despite bike riding injuries. I have kept that streak alive. Days without a salty outburst. 0. Actually 1. I had a salty outburst yesterday, guys. This is a salty confessional. Yesterday, I tried playing Dimir Control with Deadly Cover-Up as the main win con. I've played this deck on the channel before. It was going to be another part of my farewell tour, right? Honestly, I should just make every farewell tour deck like one that has a farewell, shouldn't I? But anyway, I couldn't win a game. I lost like 7 in a row, and I definitely threw a little baby tantrum. I yelled at my screen, and I was like, well, what was I wasn't 0-7. I was like 2-7. It's like, do I release that video? And definitely by the 3rd game, I just didn't want to play Magic anymore. I think I had one of those moments where I just scooped on like a turn 2 or something, because I just realized I didn't want to play anymore. I was done for the day. I had something else I was gonna go do. I was gonna go get in the car and go watch Twisters, because that's a movie in the theater that I was excited to watch, and by God, do I love it. I love Storm Chaser movies. I love disaster movies, but this was a great movie. This isn't a Twister review, though. I do encourage you to go watch Twisters. Very much. I got to turn my brain off and forget my salty moments, but I did have a real conundrum when I got home of whether or not to make that a video. So I did what I promised I'd do a few days ago. I went to my analytics. To see how the, quote, honest videos are doing, where I put the record on the screen, where I show all of the games where I try to have a streak without a salty outburst. And I tried to figure out, is this the direction of the channel? Because, everything hits a peak. Everything hits a peak in cycles. And the cycle for Arena, I remember back in my day when people were just starting to do the Arena daily video thing, and I was like, okay, I'm going to put like I'm going to get to Mythic as fast as I can, and I'm going to try really hard at that. I'm going to be very try hard about it, and I'm going to put Mythic in the title of the video. And at the time, people were like, oh, whoa. Is he getting more clicks because he's Mythic, because he's trying to run to Mythic? People like said stuff about me back then. Then a few other people really pushed the envelope. I'm going to call out and I do this with respect. I don't mean call out that way, but I'm going to call out Hello Good Game as somebody who like really, pioneered putting the rank in the thumbnail, the win rate in the thumbnail, and really seeing how that affected people, right? And now the YouTube algorithm this year is a lot of stuff where you don't even want the title. You don't want what's in the video in the thumbnail. You want a very vague, like clickable title and thumbnail without even telling people what format you're playing, or in some cases, not even telling them what card you're playing, right? And that's now the way to get views. So I was like, well, at some point the cycle ends and authenticity comes back to being the thing. Maybe that's just a theory. And what I tried was the, I guess, authenticity of we're going to put all the games on screen. We're going to try to control our salty outbursts. That'll be a fun bit. And we're going to put the record on the screen instead of like checking with stats at the end or doing anything vague like that. And then I checked my analytics. Wouldn't you know, YouTube hasn't changed that much. It is important that I keep checking myself to see when YouTube changes, but basically people took the record being on screen as a way to just click to the end, see what the record was, and then click off the video and not bother watching it if it was a bad record or whatever they might consider a bad record. They basically... The average view time went way down, like almost lost half. And I was like, what's up with that? And then I checked spikes and dips in analytics, like some of you YouTubers might recognize, and people just skipped to the end to see the record and then left. They didn't want to watch something that wasn't a winner. Also, there was another dip when I lost my first game, as there often is. But usually I don't put a loss for 2 or 3 games in the video because of that. And this, I was playing it exactly as it happened. And if I lost my first 2 games, the audience was gone. You guys haven't changed that much. You want to be tricked into thinking something is good. And that's weird, right? I think it's weird, especially now that I've been doing this a while. But it's true. And before you get upset with that, I see why. You want to believe that the deck that you've invested a little bit of, well, maybe, oh, this looks cool, or, oh, I like that card. You want to believe that deck can succeed in a meta that's completely solved, 100% optimized and polarized. If you want to go to a deck tracker service, check their website and check the percentages of how these decks are doing, it's already clear. Mono red is like the only deck that holds above a 60% win rate over time. It's completely optimized. You can copy the list. You can break it down card by card. You can see that a Kamano faces Kakazana on the play is an 80% win rate card, no matter what. So like you can break all this down. If you want the truth in numbers, just pure facts, they are there. You don't always want that though, because you know that's boring. And yes, some people just go with that route, and mono red is like 28% of the meta, but it's actually more like 40 to 50% of the meta, because you know that enough mono red players don't actually have the intelligence to install a deck tracking app, so they don't. So we know about double that audience exists. But you guys want to believe that something can overcome. And yeah, it's too tempting though when you're getting into a video and you have all these potential conflicts for your time. You could be watching anything in the world, to just skip to the end and see if it truly is or not, or if you're wasting, quote, your time and emotional energy. Now, for me as a YouTuber, I have a job. I view it as entertainment, but you guys require for your investment, at least a good portion of the audience requires for their investment, to believe they are getting information. Even though the information's out there, right? Even though they could go get it somewhere else. So I am required, as the job I do, to try to keep this game fun, which I see as my ultimate job. And it's very challenging when there hasn't been a rotation in a year. So be nice to me before you overly judge me on that statement. In trying to keep this game fun, it is important that I put together a video that tells a story, a narrative that the meta is this, but we're trying these cards that other people don't play that often, or these decks that did well in a best of 3, but does it do well in a best of 1? Can it succeed here? And if the answer is 100% no way, hell no, we just shouldn't play it. And that doesn't require a 50-minute video. What makes a good 50-minute video is the hope, the idea that this could work, and that requires finding the games where it can succeed, putting those front and center, showcasing them, but then also at some point in the video I do try to showcase the weaknesses of the deck. There are very few videos that go up where I don't lose any games. That almost never happens. That's very rare. So you know that the honest, like, how to evaluate a deck or where its weakness are usually lies somewhere in the video, and I try to talk about it at the end. But the just straight up sit down, record, put the record on the screen, it's not going to work. It failed at doing that job. The clicks through the views are good. If you're looking at the views, they're fine. It's the analytics behind the views, and they continue to break my heart because y'all, I get why you do what you do. It's just really funny to me because if we really thought about it, because we're Magic players, we'd like to feel smart, right? And if we really thought about what we're doing, like if it were all about the analytics, you don't need a YouTube channel like mine for that. But it's about more than that, isn't it? We like certain cards. We hate certain enemies, certain cards, certain strategies. We want to believe that there's something else out there. And you know what? I'm not villainizing that. I respect it. And I'm going to try to keep that alive by playing into it. And hopefully the haters who have probably clicked off this video a long time ago, so they're not here, they're going to continue to point at me and say, I didn't, not authentic. You should show win rate, should show losses, should show that. And it's like, well, we tried. But that wasn't the story. That wasn't the story that is actually interesting about Magic the Gathering videos on YouTube for Arena, in my opinion. So, not just my opinion. Actually, that's backed by a ton of analytics at this point. So yeah, the book, I will keep the book. I don't know if I should have the salty outbursts in it because I'm going to delete those games but and if you don't get to see the salty outburst, is the book even something you're going to get invested in? However, for now, we'll call it one day without a salty outburst, because I did in fact have one. I should keep those videos and maybe I'll see what I can do. Maybe if I have a salty outburst about a deck that doesn't work and I don't make that video, maybe here at the end, we can still splice into the clips with some beeps, you know, give a few beeps when I go, you mother. We can hit them with the beeps. That could be fun. Maybe I can find a way to work it into the content for your entertainment, because that's ultimately what it's about. How about Streak 2.0? 913 days releasing a video. You'd say I've learned a few things, but I keep trying. I still believe the perfect Arena video is out there, and it hasn't been mine. But in the meantime, thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next one. Thank you for listening to my 10-minute rant, 11-minute now rant at the end. Those of you who want to understand how and where the channel is going, every now and then I'll drop those bombs in you in an outro. So stay till the end, because that's the #1 thing you can do to support the channel. And if you like what I do, the effort to entertain, then please join the Mace Falcon gang. Hit the join button. It's only $4.99 a month. It does help a lot. It gives me peace of mind and security in a world where views come and go. And Bloomborough is coming up. The farewell tour says goodbye to the Wandering Emperor and Memory Deluge. What will we say farewell to next? See you in the next one. You are cool.